everybody, welcome back to another video. Today in this video, I will be going over this week in the NHL. So we're going to be going over the signings and the tradings, and there will be a separate video for the draft. But yeah, let's get into it. So we're going to start off with the Devan Dubnyk trade. It makes me sad because I like Devan Dubnyk, and it sucks to see him fall off a cliff, be traded for a 5th round pick basically. Which is, as I said, is sad, but he did have a pretty bad season. But who knows? It probably won't happen, but maybe he'll have a bounce back year and this trade will look like absolute shit. Oh, Mark Bergevin, you guys probably know the trade I'm talking about. You are such an idiot. You trade away Max Domi for Josh Anderson. Like, what? And you gave them a third too? So I just heard I thought it was Max Domi for Josh Anderson 1-for-1. Then I heard there's a 3rd round pick. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes it a little bit better. But oh my, I feel so bad for Montreal fans. I don't even know what to say. Max Domi for Josh Anderson. Max Domi in a 3rd for Josh Anderson. Josh Anderson is a year older. Like, okay, so let's not stop there. A year older. This season was filled with injuries for him, and in EA NHL 20, he is, I think, like 6 overall, like 5 or 6 overall less. Like, that's a big gap. Like, what are you doing, Mark Bergevin? Like, he deserves to be fired just for that alone. Dude. Like, fire Mark Bergevin. Next up is Matt Murray to the Ottawa Senators for Jonathan Gudrin. I don't know how to say his name, in a 2nd round pick. I'm going to be honest, I do not know who Jonathan Gudrin is, but this is a bit of a hot take. They should have traded Jari, not Murray. Murray had one bad year, and now you're trading him away. For all we know, that Jari could just be a 1-year wonder, and Murray just bounced back the next year in Ottawa, which is very unlikely because Ottawa is a they're a horrible team. Like, absolutely horrible. But I digress. It's whatever. So, if I were to pick a winner here, it's hard. I'm leaning more towards Ottawa's side because they have a more proven player in Matt Murray than a prospect and a 2nd. But, like, this trade makes no sense to me because Ottawa's a rebuilding team. They want to get prospects, not give away prospects. So they give away a prospect and a pick, which is 2 things that they should be getting, not trading. And then Pittsburgh could go either way. They could either rebuild or they could push for another cup. If I were them, I'd just rebuild at this point. So if we are going off of what they should have done, Pittsburgh wins the trade, but overall Ottawa does. Next up, we have Luke Kunin and a 4th for Nick Bonino, a 2nd and a 3rd. I really don't get why Minnesota's trading away other young players because he also traded away Ryan Donato. So you're trading away Ryan Donato and Luke Kunin. It's not like you guys are cup contenders here. Like, seriously, what are you doing? But yeah, Luke Kunin, obviously, that's hard though, because of the 2nd and 3rd. I say overall balance trade. I can't tell who wins. But use your head. You are not a cup contender yet. And Luke Kunin was a decent sized role on the team. Why are you trading him away? You need to keep him. Keep him. Okay, next up we have a 2nd round pick for Elias Anderson. I feel like this is a high risk. I would say high risk. It's low risk, high reward trade. Because the 2nd round pick could turn out to be somebody, but Elias Anderson is also a 1st round selection. So I feel like he's not doing too well. But I feel like if he gets a fresh start, he'll do great. Maybe not great, but he will do good. And I feel like he needs this to kind of like revive his career because he's been stuck in the AHL. But I feel like he can break out with the LA Kings. Okay, so here's a little bit of a smaller trade. We have Ottawa giving up a 2021 fifth rounder and Anaheim giving up Eric Goodbranson. This trade makes no sense to me. Why would Ottawa trade away a pick for an aging guy who isn't even that good? Eric Goodbranson? Like, why would they do that trade? You're not a cup contender, Ottawa. You're near the bottom of the league. Just because you got... I forget who. I think Tim Stutzel. Yeah, just because you got Tim Stutzel doesn't mean jack shit. Doesn't mean anything. Same type of trade. New Jersey getting Ryan Murray for a 2021 fifth round pick going Columbus's way. I feel like this is kind of like the Elias Anderson trade. It's low risk, high reward. Because if Murray blossoms into the player that he's supposed to be, I know it's a little bit late for him, but I still feel like he can. Because yeah, fifth round pick for him is pretty low. So I feel like it was a smart trade for the Devils, even though they are a rebuilding team. It's a smart trade for them. I definitely take Ryan Murray over Eric Goodbranson. And now the final trade I'll be talking about, Paul Stastny, I'm pretty sure going back to Winnipeg, for Carl Dahlstrom and a conditional fourth round pick in 2022. I'm not for sure how Paul Stastny did this year, but I know Dahlstrom is a decent prospect. I don't know what the conditions are on the fourth round pick, but I say overall pretty balanced trade. I'm pretty sure Paul Stastny is a little bit old, so yeah, not much to deliberate here. Overall, even trade. On to signings. Signings, in my opinion, is way more eventful than trading. Way more eventful. So first of all, most recently, we have Torrey Krug signing for the St. Louis Blues for 7 years and a cap hit of $6.5 million per year. I mean, if you can't beat him, join him. That's all I really have to deliberate here. But yeah, overall, very solid contract. 7 year length. I feel like on a good amount of money too. I feel like he would have been worth more like $7 million to 7.5 instead of 6.5. So good job, St. Louis. Like solid signing. And I do like the Blues. I won't say they're like one of my favorite teams, but like I don't mind them. So I wish Krug all the best in St. Louis. Next up, we have TJ Brodie coming to the Leafs. I'm actually a huge fan of the signing because I feel like he is a cheaper Tyson Barrie. He's like kind of like a poor man's Tyson Barrie, but like not quite. He's an overall very solid defenseman. He played for the Calgary Flames. He's an 84 overall in NHL 20. This makes me really happy because fuck Tyson Barrie. We gave away Nazem Kadri and we get Tyson Barrie. Oh my god, it pisses me off. But 4 years, $5 million cap hit. With Krug being at 6.5, Brodie only being like fucking half a million and a half less, just goes to show you how much of a steal that Torrey Krug signing was for the Blues. But yeah, very excited to see Brodie in blue. Okay, next up we have Calgary signing Jake Markstrom for 6 years at $6 million. Why did they sign him for 6 years? Pretty sure like Markstrom is like 20, 29, 30, in around that range. So he'll be around 34 to 36 when that contract ends. Ooh, and especially goalies decline pretty quickly in the most part. I feel like for the first, I'd say 4 to 5 years. I mean, not 4 to 5 years, like 3 to 4 years. It will look like a good contract. But in the final 2 years, it's not looking good. Not looking good at all. But I hope I'm wrong, because Calgary is a Canadian team, and I would love to see a Canadian team win the cup for once, please. And then we have Matt Murray signing for the Senators, which really isn't a surprise because why would the Senators trade for him and Matt Murray not sign for them? 4 years at $6.25 million. That is a good deal, but it just goes to show you how much of a steal that Krug signing was, because that's like what Krug was an extra $250K. Like I take Krug at an extra $250K over Murray any day of the week. Easy. So just go, like as I said, that Krug signing is a steal. It is such a good signing for St. Louis, but also I feel like this is a good signing for Ottawa because now they have a goalie that for maybe not necessarily for the future, because I feel like Ottawa's going to be a good team in a few years. Unless if they fuck it up like they always do, like trade away, do some stupid trades, stupid signings, all that stuff. But yeah. And next up is Braden Holtby signing for the Canucks. This doesn't make sense to me because I thought the reason why they get rid of Markstrom is so they can so they can start Demko, but then they go out and sign Braden Holtby. Like I would have just kept Markstrom over Holtby if I'm being honest. Markstrom had a good year, Holtby had a bad year. Like, what was the point of that signing? But yeah, 2 years at $4.3 million. I feel like that's appropriate after a bad year with the Capitals. But yeah, it doesn't make sense. If you were going to sign a goalie and not let Demko start, you should have kept Markstrom. But this one just makes me sad. Henrik Lundqvist signing for the Washington Capitals for $1.5 million. It's gonna look so weird seeing Henrik Lundqvist in a uniform besides the Rangers. So Henrik deserves the cup. I hope Washington wins it. Washington or a Canadian team wins it next year. I hope so. I really want him to get a cup, man. He deserves it. He deserves it so badly. But yeah, it's overall sad to see Lundqvist leave the Rangers, but let's get on to the next one. I know this isn't really a big signing, but it's a Leaf signing. It is Wayne Simmons at a $1.5 million price tag for 1 year. Do you know what? I'm a huge fan of this signing. We needed somebody like Wayne Simmons to actually hopefully to be like the new Matt Martin. Like he can hit, he can fight, he can do all that. He'll be like the goon of the team. And I've always liked Wayne Simmons, and I'm very excited because he's playing in his hometown. That must be exciting for him. So, welcome to the Leafs, Simmons. I look forward to seeing you in blue. So I'll just put Josh Anderson and Domi together. So you have Josh Anderson signing with the Montreal Canadiens for 7 years at $5.5 million. They have Max Domi signing with the Blue Jackets for 2 years with a $5.3 million cap hit. Holy shit, Marc Bergevin's an idiot. He is so stupid. He signed Anderson for an additional 5 years at an additional $200K when Anderson is already the worst player than Domi. Oh my god, Marc Bergevin's an idiot. Oh my god. Just fire him. He doesn't deserve to fucking run such a historic organization as the Montreal Canadiens. But yeah. I'd just like to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, press that like button. If you haven't already, press that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!